Hi, this is Joe at Joe's Test Studio. This is one of our American Journey sketchbooks that we actually make from scratch at Cheap Joe's. And this is one I kept in New England, and we'll get some close-ups on it maybe here in a minute. But I journal as I'm doing the little sketching too. And then here are some collected items glued on one side of the page and a little painting on the other side. I have a drawing here that I didn't paint when we were there, and so I'm going to show you the use of masking fluid and the artist tape, and hopefully it will come out a little cleaner by doing that. I have applied the masking fluid from this little bitty bottle that has this little bitty brush attached to it, just like a fingernail brush. You can paint it right on your fingernail, just like that. Let it dry, and then it'll peel right off. I've done that very thing right here and over this little house. And it's dry. It's been on there about 10 or 15 minutes now. And we're going to come back in and paint right over it. But before we do that, we are going to take the artist tape and tape off this page. And we'll put that tape right here on my shirt. Now this is the most fun thing in the world to do when you're painting outside on location. And you've got your drawing and you're standing here on the side of the road tearing this tape and putting it on your shirt. And the traffic, they're stopping and looking to see what this idiot is doing over there. But it's very important because what happens, if you don't do that, there's enough tack on the tape to possibly tear your paper when you take it off. So then I just carefully place the tape around the edge, right there, following the edge of the paper, and be sure that it's sealed good, along the inside edge especially, where we're going to be painting. And that will give us a nice clean edge all the way around the paper. And we will do our painting, but let's see if I've got one in here where I used the tape. And if not, I will show you in another book. Here's one. Here's two of them in fact, but here's one right here that had the tape right around here. And that's what we're going to be doing. Well, I've put the masking fluid on my areas I want to keep white. And I've put the masking tape around, the artist tape. And now I'm ready to put color on it. And I'm just going to really dash some color on here to kind of show you how easy it is and how easy you can put the color over so you don't pay any attention to your masking fluid or to the tape. And I'm just socking it to it here. Just a little royal amethyst in there. And a little bit of ultramarine, cobalt blue, whatever, with a touch of rambling rose to give a little, oh wow, isn't that pretty? Love these colors. And I'm going to come right on down over this little middle ground area that I'm having in there. And now I'm going to add some pretty bold color. I'm adding a little bit of blue and brown. We'll keep it on the cool side, but right here a darker color that you can see coming in there for that middle ground area. Right through here, and we're going to change the color now as we go along. It's important to change colors and add different colors so that you have a variety in there rather than just one color all through there. And we'll come right on up there like that, and kind of give it a little accent there. Now I'm going to add that same color that I had in here, right down in here, because this is water. And I've already put a little masking fluid in there where that little white house is going to reflect it in that. And I'll use just clean water and soften that as I come down. And I'm going to add a little bit of warm color to this foreground down here because that's going to be little sandy beach right down here. My goodness, this is so much fun, isn't it? Come across here like that. Let's go do the same thing right in there. Just get some color in there on those white areas because I want to show you the white up here, and we're going to add a little more color right over in here while that's still wet, a little darker still. Now we're cooking. Okay, we're going to let that kind of dry now, or not let it kind of dry, we're going to let that dry, and when we come back we will add a little darker color. And then we'll take the masking fluid off and see what we have. Okay, we've dried it now and we're ready to go again. And I'm going to add a little darker color now. And again, just kind of quickly right through here to give a little of this tree, this trees, that's good English, isn't it? These trees that are right back through there, up to there. And I'll soften a little bit of this edge because there's a darker tree right above it. So let's soften just a little bit of that. Softening here and there gives you a really nice feel for a little background or foreground area. Now I'm going to pick up some even darker color. I'm going to mix up some sap green and some umber and add just a touch of ultramarine to it to put in these little evergreen trees that are right through here. And hopefully they'll show up. And I'm going to go over the house with them because I want that area to be pretty dark. That little touch of, I'm going to go all the way out of this one because that's a nice touch to sometimes take it out of the painting and bring it back in. And those that are back here are behind the house, so we'll put those in a little, added a little more blue to them to send them back there. And like that didn't come out too good, so we'll put it like in a little rough area right in there. I think that'll work just fine. We'll cut around those rocks right there. And we'll add a few more rocks right down in here. And we've got some light coming in this way, and so we'll imagine, I don't know what that is, we'll just kind of run the brush over it and kind of drag it along and get a little bit of effect of the beach down through here. Doesn't that look like beach right there? Does to me. I can just feel the sand between my toes as I go along here. Now then, we're going to dry that. When you're seeing if it's dry or not, never use your fingers. Always use your knuckles because your fingers have oil in them and you'll leave a spot on there. Now then, let's take the masking fluid off and see what we have there. And what we have is a Cheap Joe's rubber cement pickup that's really handy to remove the masking fluid. And you just hold it, it's a neat little thing, just like this, and just rub over it. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Be sure it's good and dry when you do this. Now, you can't do it on wet paper or the paper will tear and you'll have a mess. But look, there's our house, the little house, the reflection of this. We've got to clean all that up, but that won't take but a second. And we'll take a smaller brush. This is the American Journey little flat brush, 3/4. I just love these little brushes. And we'll imagine the sunlight's coming this way. So that means that the shadow on this house is coming right through here like that. This is a little bit of darker stuff right there. And right in here is a little darker. Over here we'll do the same thing. Leave some of it white in there where the little light is getting through. And now we will add some, put in the windows. Add a little bit of darker stuff for those. Just some palette grays and stuff works pretty good usually. And we've got to give that roof a little bit of a better design in here. That's not working too good, so we're going to make it come down there like that for that part of the roof. And right over here, and we'll put that window in. And we'll put some green. I don't care for that, just blue, so I'm going to take a little bit of that out. That might work better because it doesn't look quite right. And we just sometimes have to keep working them until we get them just like we want. Now we're coming. That's looking better right in there now. Now we're going to take the tape off, and that'll give us a better idea of where we really are here with this thing. And because we put the tape on our shirt, it shouldn't tear the paper. And it's coming right off, and I see now that I didn't get the tape on the edges very well, so it's showing through there, and we may have to clean that up a little bit. But there at least is the beginning of a painting, and you see how much better it looks after we take the tape off and take the masking fluid off. And it still needs some work on it. So I'll work on it a little bit, add a little detail to it, then we'll come back and see what it looks like later.